Hello there, everybody, and welcome to day number 3 of the 12 Tech Tips of Christmas for 2025. My name is Tristan. I am the Future Ready Teaching Specialist here at Evolve EdTech, and it is lovely to see you again. We hope that you are loving the series so far. We've got some fantastic tips, tricks, and tools still to come as part of the 12 Tech Tips of Christmas for 2025. But let's dive in to day number 3 because we've got another fantastic tool which we would like to share with you. Today, we're going to have a look at a fantastic tool that is available for you to use. And we're sharing another tool that could be added to your EdTech toolkit. And the tool that we're going to explore today is Flippity. Flippity is a fantastic resource. I have used it in the past, and we're going to go and have a look at Flippity today and see some of the wonderful activities and resources and games and interactives that you can create using this powerful tool. But before we do that, let's just have a look at what Flippity is, just in case you have never heard of this magnificent tool before. So Flippity is a free online tool that transforms simple Google Sheets into interactive learning activities. Now, you might have heard Google Sheets there, and you might have just freaked out a little bit and went, I don't know how to use Google Sheets. That doesn't matter because Flippity has done all the hard work for you. So when we dive over in a minute, I'll show you what we mean. So with just a spreadsheet, teachers can instantly create flashcards, quizzes, scavenger hunts, random name pickers, digital breakouts, timelines, and so much more. It is such a versatile, amazing tool that I think you might love to have this in your EdTech toolkit. It is super quick to set up. It is easy to use, and it's perfect for adding engaging hands-on learning experiences to any lesson for any student in your classrooms. Whether you're building revision tools, gamifying activities, or creating collaborative class tasks, Flippity is your go-to. It is going to help you turn content into something fun, interactive, and memorable. It is super simple, super easy, and it's going to become a tool that I hope you're going to come back to time and time again once you see just what you can do with Flippity. All right, so what we are going to do is we're going to head over to a new window and have a look at Flippity. If you would like to access Flippity, there's 2 ways that you can do this. Just head to Google and Google Flippity. Otherwise, just head up to your Omnibox, otherwise known as your address bar, and just type in flippity.net. Okay, flippity.net. And that is how you'll be able to access Flippity. So let's go across. Let me just change my screen and let's go explore some of the wonderful tools and activities and resources that we can find in Flippity. I've just headed over to Flippity, and just here on the screen, you can see a myriad of just some of the different activities that you can access using this wonderful tool. Now, I will tell you that obviously this is a tool that does require and does depend on advertising. So you will notice that there is advertising on this particular site. So I've actually just scrolled up a little bit to hide the ad that's currently displayed, but just be aware of that when you are using this because they're providing this service to you for absolutely nothing. And, you know, we can't do these things without some kind of benefit and assistance. So that is why the advertising is just there. All right, but here you will see that there are literally so many different types of activities. We've got some flashcards, okay? We've got quiz shows, name pickers, video games. We've got matching cards. We've got close activities. There are literally so many different things that you can choose that you might be able to use in your classroom. So if you're looking for somewhere that you can do this that's really simple and really accessible, then Flippity might be your go-to. So let's jump in here, and I'm going to have a look here at this random name picker. So there's a couple of things that we can do here. We can click on demo, and we can have a look at this. Now, I tested this earlier, and it scared the jabeebas out of me. So let's see if it's going to do that to me again. Oh, look at how much fun is that? Okay, it is just fun. It takes away any pressure. It's all random. We can talk about probability and that kind of stuff. And, so many actual additional learning experiences just from this particular example. So we've landed on Kate, and I'm going to assume if we press this X here, it might take Kate out. There we go. So Kate is gone. So how much fun would this be? I love a random name picker in my classroom. We can also make it full screen just there. So we've also got that option. We've got a timer, I'm going to assume, just there. And we do have some more instructions that we can add. How amazing is that? So let's jump back and let's hide that ad. And let's go and have a look at the instructions and get started with maybe putting one of these together. So it's super simple to get started with Flippity. Okay, the instructions are very, very clear, and they are there for you to be able to access these resources and do what you need to do. So there are two options on how to do this. Option one is the quick and easy. So if you like it quick and easy, this is what you will probably use. If you would like to use Google Sheets because you want to actually do a little bit, there are the instructions on how to use and access the Google Sheets option just here. So we've got some names here. So let's just maybe go in here. Let's go and pop in some random names. Oops. Elizabeth, Brett, Cheryl, Janice. Okay, just popping in some random names here. We can pop in a title. So we might call this Year 8 English or your class name. And then all we're going to do is click on the generate button. And whammo, there is our wheel of names. How super simple was that? Let's see who it's going to land on. I'm going to predict Cheryl. Oh, it was Janice. Of course it was Janice. Anyway, that's how easy it is to use the Wheel of Names component just here using Flippity. How super simple is that? Okay, really quick, really simple. Let's go back in. I just want to show you the Google Sheets option here. So it does tell us to modify the Google Sheets template. We need to make a copy of this template. Okay, so it's going to ask us to make a copy. Just make sure that the Google account that you would like to use is the one that you are signed into. Otherwise, it's going to send you to something else that might not be the one that you're looking for. So here we have our Google Sheets element just here. Now, it does tell us, and I'm just going to change my screen here. So it says here, edit the column headings in row 2. You may use up to 12 columns. So we can edit these column headings just here. Okay, so we can edit those. And then it says create lists of names under the column headings. Do not edit any cell with a blue background. So if we head back here, you can see up here in row 1, we have a blue background. So it's telling us not to edit any of this, but we can add up to 12 columns, okay? And that's where we can pop our students' names. Then once we've done that, we get our Flippity link, all right? You click on the click here, which is just up the top, all right? And that is the link that you will use to be able to access that tool. All right, so you are able to do that. So maybe if you've got all of your classes, you might like to bulk create those particular wheels, which is really super simple by using the Google Sheets option here. So there we go. How cool is that? That is just one activity, that random name picker that we have available just here. All right, let's maybe scroll down here. What could we look at? There's so much to do here. I don't know what to choose next. Okay, let's do, Flippity Word Master. So a bit of a Wordle type activity here. So let's click on the demo. Okay, just like Wordle. Okay, let's try this. We're doing this live in the recording. So I'm going to do adieu, which is one of my go-to. So I've got 2 letters here. Okay, so same process. How cool is this? Okay, let's do, Oops, I'm not typing anything there. I'm in the wrong spot. I'm silly, aren't I? Okay, let's do ghost. Oh, that was a bunger. Okay, but there you go. You can see that you can create some word master type activities that you could use with your students that you have control over. So maybe you've got some vocab that you're using in your classroom. How cool is that? So let's head back, all right, and let's have a look at the instructions and see what we can do to create our own word master activity here. So same process. We've just got the quick and easy this time. So this time we actually don't have the Google Sheets option, which is probably not a bad thing because that might get a little bit overwhelming sometimes. But you can see here that we can add our terms in the box here. We need to separate them with commas or line breaks. Okay. I wonder if we can have one, two, there, that's a 6-letter word. I want to see if we can have a 6-letter word. Can we have a 6-letter word? We can have a 6-letter word. So you might be able to create a really cool Flippity game or a number of Flippity games here with some spelling words or some vocab. Let me try another one. I want to try some different journey. I'll spell it correctly. Okay, well, that's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 7-letter word. Okay, awesome. What does this do? So if we get this one correct, let's try this. Oh, hang on. That's not journey. That will be evolve. Okay. So it will just go through those. Ah, nice. And then we can just keep. How cool is that? Maybe we have a lesson where we go through our spelling words or our vocab or a glossary that we might have for a unit, and we use the word master game. How cool is that? Man, see, this is what I'm telling you. There are so many wonderful things that we can do here with Flippity. All right. So we can create timelines. We can have badges if we want to really gamify our classroom. We can create a leaderboard. How cool is this? Let's have a look at this one. All right. So maybe we've got some kind of activities. We've got a leaderboard just here. All right. Look at that. We can click on the student's name to see where they have received their points. Oh, this is exciting. Let's have a look at the instructions and see what we need to do. This one is definitely a Google Sheets prompt. So we do need to use the template. So let's use the template. Let's make a copy. All right, make sure that we've got the instructions here. Make a copy, edit all the competitor and event data. So obviously we could change this. This could be something to do with your classroom. Maybe you have regular kind of activities that you are going to do here. And I would assume that you can continue to add to these and edit these as you are going. So don't think that this has to necessarily be final. All right. So you could create something that you wanted here. And then when you're ready, you just publish the sheet, follow the information there, and then your link is just down here. And that is where you'll be able to go and use that particular activity. But what I wanted to really emphasize is there's so many different things here. So go and have a look and see what you could do with Flippity, because I think you could really elevate your classroom by using some of these different activities, okay? And they're pretty simple, all right? So go and check it out. That's the one thing I really want to emphasize to you. Go and see what you can do with Flippity. It's super simple, and it could make your classroom so much more engaging and interesting so that every single one of your students is just absolutely loving everything that you're doing in the classroom. Well, there we go. That brings us to the end of day number 3 of the 12 tech tips of Christmas for 2025. We had a look at Flippity. We had a look at a couple of those different activity options, but there's so much that you can do there. Jump in there, see what you can do, play around with it. You can't break it, okay? And see how you can really boost that student engagement by using another fantastic tool that's available to you for absolutely nothing, which is known as Flippity. So there we go, another fantastic tool as part of the 12 tech tips of Christmas for 2025 from Evolve EdTech. Thank you so much for joining us again. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already, to make sure that you head over and you subscribe to the Evolve EdTech YouTube channel. You give this video a big thumbs up. By giving it a thumbs up, it definitely helps other people find our content and resources, and hopefully we can help them with their EdTech adventures. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We will catch you again tomorrow for another amazing episode of the 12 Tech Tips of Christmas. Until then, everybody, stay safe, and we will catch you again next time for the 12 Tech Tips of Christmas.